Welcome into hour number 2 of Three Man Front on this Reaction Monday. Super Bowl last night, Seahawks 29-13 over the Pats. Halftime show garnering a lot of conversation. Did you watch it? Did you like it? Did you watch the alternative? Did you like that? Alabama beats Auburn over the weekend in basketball, 96-92. Also, UAB big win yesterday at home and conference play against Rice. A little bit of college football news happening over the weekend. It was announced that North Dakota State has agreed to a deal to join the Mountain West Conference starting this fall. The school's expected to pay nearly $12 million to join the league. That is in addition to the $5 million that they have to pay the NCAA to move up to be an FBS school. Think about this. A couple of years ago, it was $5,000. That's all you had to pay. If you're an FCS school and you wanted to be an FBS school, $5,000. That's all you had to pay. Now it's
It's a 1,000% increase.
$5 million to be an FBS school.
We know what they've done at the FCS level, but can North Dakota State, and I don't know what their endowment looks like, what their support, obviously they have support, but can they replicate what we've gotten from James Madison?
Possibly. And you mentioned it. North Dakota State, they've won 10 of the past 15 FCS national championships since 2011. This is amazing. The program has won 90% of its games in 10 conference titles. And now they're joining the Mountain West Conference only in football. As you remember, Northern Illinois, they're leaving the MAC. Northern Illinois only paid $2 million to join the Mountain West. North Dakota State's paying $12 million.
Whew.
Inflation, I guess.
I'm sure.
Good fit.
I'm sure Carson Wentz, covered that for him.
So now North Dakota State and Northern Illinois, they join Air Force, UNLV, Nevada, New Mexico, San Jose State, Wyoming, and other full members, including Hawaii and UTEP. So it will be a 10-team football league. Now, this next year, North Dakota State, they will not be eligible for the college football playoff, and they will not be eligible for a bowl game.
Just by reading this, North Dakota State has a bigger endowment than James Madison, which I guess, should that surprise me? I don't know.
What kind of money is North Dakota money?
Now,
natural resources money.
That's what I mean.
I do know that South Dakota has become like a really big tech state.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be where all the credit card companies, they would actually send it from Kalen DeBoer's town. Well, I had one time. It was Sioux Falls.
A lot of it's just
because it's cheaper to go and build like headquarters and stuff.
Well, it's just
there,
like if you go and you look, there's a lot of corporations in the state of Delaware. They're very friendly tax wise.
And here in the state of Alabama, we incentivize manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen over the years, and why folks choose to move here.
I guess you could see it because you've seen like Tesla, for example. They moved out of California to Texas. Like, okay, I guess North Dakota or South Dakota makes sense.
Did you get any product ideas last night watching the commercials? Because I already got hit up for the glasses.
Oh, the Meta glasses?
The Meta glasses.
Okay, so I was doing the chili cook-off thing this Saturday.
Oh, how did that go?
It was pretty good, actually. I enjoyed a couple of the chilies.
Good.
There's one that had a bunch of had elk, deer, something else. It was really good. But anyway, somebody came up at one point and said, "Oh, can I take a picture of everybody who's one of the chefs with the chili?" He's like, "Yeah, take a picture." And he just stood in front of us and went, click. We're like, "Where's the camera?" And he had the glasses.
He had the glasses on?
Yeah, he had the glasses. He was taking pictures with his glasses.
Wife wants the glasses. Can you see? Is there just audio?
No, when I got my latest glasses 2 years ago, Leanne told me, go ahead and get some.
Yeah. So you already have them?
No. I did not pull the trigger on getting them. But I tried them on. I mean, they're pretty cool. But no, I mean, just do video and
the Connor Stallions glasses,
pictures, and
it's been a minute since I've owned a pair of Oakleys. I'll be honest.
Yep. Speaking of commercials,
playing right field.
What was your favorite last night?
Ooh, definitely the Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
That was like all the 90s sitcom characters.
That was good.
And Tom Brady.
That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought one of the most creative was the karaoke one
Yes.
by Coin Genius or whoever that was.
Yes, because that one had me interested the whole time, and
Yeah.
then when I found out it was crypto, I was like, oh,
Yep.
I was
See,
really hoping
our
it's something
room
cooler than this.
had the same reaction. Everybody was singing, and then it was,
I thought the
Crypto.
throwback, the throwback, the Ben Stiller
Mm-hmm.
when he's on the set, was that like American Bandstand or whatever?
Yeah, that one was good.
When he falls off, and that was good. I thought the Budweiser was good. I realized what Budweiser was trying to do, just based on where their sales and demographics, and trying to reclaim some of that, because you have a Clydesdale, you have the, I guess it shows the growing up of the bird, and then the bird becomes the bald eagle,
Yeah.
and then you have Freebird playing in the background.
Yeah, that one was really good. The one that I liked that because it was something I was interested in, but see, I'm curious if y'all even know this is a thing. It was at the very beginning of the game, like the first or second commercial break. They showed that Netflix trailer for the Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you've ever seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yes.
they are making a spin-off movie of Cliff Booth, Brad Pitt's character in that movie. I love that movie. Super excited for this. They didn't have a name or anything on it. It was just a trailer with Brad Pitt.
And then it had the N at the
And it
end
had
for
Netflix.
Netflix.
And so
Oh,
it's like, if you don't know
yeah.
what that is, you're sitting here like,
And everything was like blurred out, kind of.
yeah, I was like, I don't know what the
Yeah.
heck that is. But I knew what it was, so I was excited. But I'm like, I feel like most people are watching this. I have no idea what that is.
I thought our friends at Pepsi, that was solid.
Made fun of the Coldplay
Why-
concert
well,
thing. Yeah.
Not only that, but you took the polar bears from Coke.
Yeah.
The wedding one was funny, where the keg goes down the hill.
That-
You didn't see that one?
No,
I might have missed that one.
I might have
Oh.
missed that one.
It's like they're at a wedding on a mountain, and someone like pushes over the keg, and it's the last keg, and it's rolling down the hill, and the entire wedding is like, no, going down the hill. It was with what's his name? Shane Gillis and Post Malone, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
because they were the
I kinda remember
Bud,
that
they
one.
were the Bud Light guys from last year.
All right, so
Yeah,
the rankings are out of the 10 best. DoorDash with 50 Cent was number one.
Oh, that was good because that was the one where he's taking shots at Diddy the whole time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That one was-
I didn't see that one.
That one was funny.
Coming in at number two was Novartis, which was Relax Your Tight End. That was with Bruce
Oh, that
Arians.
was funny.
That was creative.
Yep,
That was
Yeah.
funny.
That was number two, according to this ranking. Raisin Bran with Will Shatner.
I don't remember that one.
That was number three.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of poop and fart jokes in it with William Shatner.
Oh, I
talking
can't believe I
about,
missed that.
Yeah, I know. I would
Yeah, I
definitely
missed that
thought I
one.
would
That's
have
my
heard
wheelhouse.
Yep. Kellogg's Raisin Bran Will Shat.
That
Ah.
one. Oh, okay. That's okay.
Dunkin' Donuts came in at number four.
Okay.
Number five was Liquid Death, the exploding heads on the couch.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Number six was Hellman's Sweet Sandwich Times.
The Hellman's was good because he's going around. He's got the squirt bottle of Hellman's,
Mhm.
and my wife's like, "This is so annoying." And then he's like, "Hey," at the very end, he's like, "I'm lonely." That was actually it was a good way to finish a commercial that was otherwise about mayonnaise.
Number seven was Instacart for Papa.
Yep.
That was the Ben Stiller one.
Yep.
The Jeep Billy Bass Goes to the River was number eight.
Hmm.
Bud Light Keg was nine.
Yeah, the
That
keg.
Molly
Did
just
Starbucks
mentioned.
make it? The guy in Italy?
The top 10 did not include that. Number 10
Thought it was
came in was Alexa, which was with Helmsworth and his wife.
See,
That was
I
good.
liked.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was Xfinity. It was the Jurassic Park.
That was good.
I liked that one a lot
Had a lot
too.
of you had a lot of AI. It seems like.
So
You
here's
d- yeah.
here's the
On
ones
commercials.
according to this list just missed. They did not make the top 10. Was the T-Mobile with NSYNC
Yeah.
Mhm.
with Tell Me Why.
Mm-hmm.
I
the-
thought that was good.
I like that one. Yeah.
The Xfinity Jurassic Park
Yes, I
did
love
not
that
make
one.
it according to this list. The Michelob Ultra, the Ultra Instructor
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a really good one.
did not make it according
hat?
to this one.
Yes.
I really like that one.
Skittles Deliver the Rainbow did not make the list. The Pringles commercial with
Sabrina Carpenter.
mhm.
Yeah.
Wait, so I must have missed it. Was there a Doritos one?
Mm-mm.
Because I feel like every year they always have a very memorable one, and I didn't remember seeing one, so I guess they
I
didn't
don't
do
think
one.
so.
Frankie's Red Hot, Eat the Goat. He had Uber Eats Jogging, did not make the list. So
The Ultra. I love that one with Kurt Russell.
That one was great. Yeah.
And it also helps when you don't ski great. You come back and I'm like, I need a Kurt Russell.
I suppose, for you,
Yeah, I need the Ultra instructor.
The other one, there was another one. I think it was actually an NFL commercial where it was about the little boy and then his coach, and it was like be a champion. I thought that one was sweet.
And then some of these I feel guilty because I'm really entertained and I don't remember the
Mm-hmm.
company that spent millions of dollars on it. But maybe that's more on them and not on me.
you think Herb Street's okay today since his commercial with his dog did not make the top list?
Did he get paid?
I'm sure he did.
I think he and
I don't think he does anything free.
what's the dog's
And
name?
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
He does nothing without a paycheck. I can promise you that. Got a little experience.
What
with
was the
that one.
average? Do you know what the average commercial? How much it cost this year?
As in to produce or to
30-second spot. Just what the network was charging.
I'm sure Molly can grab that number.
A 30-second commercial last night cost between $8 and $10 million.
Oof.
That's just the airtime.
It's just the airtime. That's
not
not
to get the
Helmsworth. How much
Mhm.
is it going to cost for you and your wife? That was a creative commercial, though. He's got a nice house. I don't know if that's really his.
Well, this morning Conrad didn't even mention half the people that was in the Goodwill Duncan spot.
Steve brought it up, and
He didn't even recognize Urkel or
Jaleel White,
Carlton from
Jaleel
didn't?
White or Carlton.
no, he didn't know who they were.
I did know who they were. It was just when I thought of the commercial, I thought of George Costanza, Jennifer Aniston, and Tom Brady. Those are the ones that I remember.
How about
the
Tom?
most.
How
Tanya?
about Ted Danson? You don't remember Ted Danson?
Was he in the commercial? I don't know.
Yeah, Ted Danson.
My
is he
gosh,
in?
you don't know Ted Danson?
I just
Danson?
forgot who all's in the commercial. There was like 30 people in it.
Sam
Joey
Malone?
Tribbiani.
Mayday
Yeah.
Malone.
Yeah, he does not know Sam Malone.
Sorry, I only remembered
Oh, you are a Red
5 of the 30
You're
people.
not a
Joey
Red Sox fan.
Tribbiani from Friends.
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc. He was in there.
He was. I'm sorry that I picked the 3 most notable actors from the commercial, and those are the ones that I remember.
Steve, and I wanted to. This was the feel good. It was like do
Especially
something
like that,
nice.
He says the three that the most recognizable to him,
yeah.
whereas
Right.
the majority of other people would not recognize.
You don't think Tom Brady and Jennifer Aniston were the most recognizable people in that commercial?
No, but when you bring up George Costanza and all those other people, there was other shows before Seinfeld.
Well, I understand.
Family Matters was a big. That was appointment television.
I understand that, but I don't think y'all are making a good point on this one. I'll be honest with you.
What's the point?
What's the point?
There is no point.
You didn't know
I
who,
mean, you
who two
just-
staples of sitcom television were.
I know who they are. I'm just when I watched that commercial, Jennifer Aniston, Tom Brady, George Costanza, and Ben Affleck. I guess he was in there too.
Brady.
The whole commercial is kind of based around Ben Affleck, so we'll throw him in there.
Wow.
Steve says Rocket Mortgage. They did have a sweet commercial. It was nice, and it was just do something nice for someone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which
Did you guys see the Ring commercial?
is it sad that's the one that gets our attention?
They like the doorbell?
Yes. With the dogs?
No, was it like sad?
No. So apparently Ring, like their commercial was they have a new system where you can, if you lose your dog, I guess you can put it in the Ring doorbell system, and every Ring doorbell will try to like find your dog or something.
Huh.
It's like dog tracking. But I can't help but be the only person that thought, I really hope we can't do that for people.
All right, so here's a list of the worst spots from last night.
Awful.
Your
So-
husband's right here in front of my house.
Right?
The Ritz Island commercial was listed as the worst.
I don't remember that one.
Ritz Island.
That was with John
I
Hamm.
guess I missed a
Oh,
handful.
oh,
And
the-
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, but
Yes.
who was the other guy?
He's from Wicked in SNL. But I can't remember his name.
The middle guy with the glasses?
Yes.
Had no idea who he
what's
was.
his name?
And that was the problem with the commercial.
Oh, why am I
It's like,
blanking?
who is that supposed to be?
Bowen Yang
Okay.
was his name.
Dave's Hot Chicken was one of the worst. according to this list. TurboTax, the expert. Yeah, that was bad. I remember they had 2 of them.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Either.
Elf, makeup company
I don't remember that one either.
with Melissa McCarthy.
Well, at least we remember the bad one, or forgot about the bad ones.
Manscaped, a hair ballad.
Oh, that I did not like that one. That one was gross.
I like Manscaped.
Oikos, the Big Hill. The Squarespace one was really bizarre with, what's her name? Emma Stone, where she couldn't get her her handle on Squarespace, and she started,
Oh, and it was taken, yeah.
and she was throwing her laptops and stuff around. Hims and Hers, Rich People Live Longer. Don't remember that one. Skechers, with what's her name from Modern Family.
Oh, what? Yeah. God, I can't remember. her
We
name.
got someone adding on to this.
Sophia and her.
Sofia Vergara.
Vergara.
Yeah.
Vergara.
That's it. Can't believe I forgot her name.
Someone chiming in on the text line, 205-834-9450. And going back to what Molly said about the Ring commercial, this reads, "You're not the only one, Molly. A lot of outrage about the Ring commercial on X. It was an admission that they're using surveillance tech, and it's not just going to be used to
Yes.
find lost dogs."
That's what it was. I just feel like that's going to go down a very dark path. And I hate
but
that I
helpful
thought about
if you're
that.
looking for your dog,
Right.
potentially.
But it's just
Not helpful if someone's looking for you.
exactly. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one that had that initial reaction.
I get tons of alerts from Ring all the time about neighborhood stuff.
You do?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like if the wind blows too hard, won't you get notifications sometimes and stuff? You know.
Yeah.
Well, if a bird flies and like stops on my stoop of my house, so that gators get out of the moat, all of a sudden my Ring camera starts going crazy.
I don't have the Ring. Got other things.
Oh, you got Gringo 24/7.
Well, I have the alarm. And the alarm is just your final warning that you're about to die. That's the way I look at it.
All right, we got plenty of texts. We'll get to those. Wide open on this reaction money. If you'd like to talk Super Bowl, halftime shows, Bama basketball, still waiting on the Bediako decision from Tuscaloosa. All that straight ahead on Jocks. It is 11:21. Welcome back in. This is Three Man Front on Jock's Reaction Monday. If you got a dangerous tree leaning over your house or maybe branches blocking your view, you need to call Golston Tree Service today, 205-337-4443. Golston's licensed pros. They handle everything from trimming and pruning to full tree removals. Fast, safe, affordable. Don't wait until that next storm causes damage to your property or on your house. Call Golston Tree Service. They offer 24-hour emergency tree service, so when it comes to your trees, don't risk it. Call Golston Tree Service at 205-337-4443.
Some of our listeners, they were just looking on social media at some of the halftime shows that we used to get during the 70s and quite the stark contrast for sure. But just thinking about how locked in we were to a guy climbing a building. I think we need more of that at halftime. Why don't we get Nick Walinda to span the stadium across a tightrope? I'm just looking at some of these old clips of Evel Knievel, a guy, I guess that's real, wrestling a tiger as the tiger runs out onto the field. This used to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We used to be a proper country, Landrum.
Something tells me the legal team would not clear that one.
Well, and that's the unfortunate part is, right, when people willingly were willing to put their life at risk for entertainment, that was great. But now, people don't want to do that anymore.
A lot of comments to you omitting some of our childhood favorites from sitcoms.
I apologize for that.
One being Urkel, Jaleel White, who, by the way, was a really good basketball player. Used to watch him in the Rock and Jock. You don't remember that either.
I don't. I do know who Urkel is, though.
Dylan from Jasper says the Budweiser Baby Bird and horse with a free bird playing was the best commercial in the last 10 years.
Very
strong.
American.
Very strong.
It was. Dean Isdale. Conrad also thinks the last quarterback from Alabama to win a Super Bowl ring before last night was Bart Starr, totally discounting Joe Namath, Jeff Rutledge, and Ken Stabler.
I said the wrong name this morning. I corrected myself. It is Kenny Stabler. I corrected myself.
Dang.
I said the wrong name. I apologize.
I didn't know what that went back to.
No, it was
funny.
this morning. I said that Jalen Milroe, the first Alabama drafted quarterback to win a Super Bowl since Bart Starr, but it was Kenny Stabler because Bart Starr came before Kenny Stabler. I apologize for that. And then I had people coming after me. Well, Jalen Hurts won one last year. He didn't get drafted out of Alabama, so it doesn't count.
Collins from Pell City, the Liquid IV commercial with the singing toilets was hilarious. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they paid a lot of money for that one because they had to pay Phil Collins for the use of that song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow.
Paul in North Carolina. We watched neither halftime show. We watched the USA defeat Sweden in mixed doubles curling.
Woo.
Also, if the Patriots offense had been this bad 250 years ago, we would have been using pounds to buy our Super Bowl party food last night.
That's funny. That's good.
Oh. What was the T-shirt? It's not treason if you win. What was it?
Yeah, didn't you order that? I sent it to
I
you.
thought about
That's
it.
a pretty funny shirt.
Yeah.
Oh. The Relaxed Tight Ends commercial promoting prostate checks.
Yeah, that was very good.
Michael reminds us that North Dakota has a lot of oil money.
Okay,
I
see,
said natural resources.
Well, yeah, see, that's what I just didn't know if that's a big oil part of
Natural
the
gas.
country, but it is.
I would think natural gas up there as well. Pat, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Fat Joe, I enjoyed the first half of football. Both defenses dominating. Looks like the quarterbacks were getting hit on every time they dropped back to pass. About the halftime show, I didn't mind it. I would have liked it a lot better if they would have put closed captions in English to where I would have understood what was being sung. But I liked the vibe and the beat of the music was really well done. Thank you, Fat Joe. Yeah, I didn't do a deep study on Bad Bunny. I didn't know where his political leanings were. I didn't know there was an option. I didn't understand the words either, and I took a lot more Spanish than you probably had to. But it certainly wasn't the worst one I've ever seen.
No, and I thought in a lot of ways, right? Like, I mean, I like Kendrick Lamar more than Bad Bunny, but I kind of like this halftime show more than last year's from a
For whatever
production
storytelling,
standpoint.
as opposed to Bad
Yeah.
Bunny standing on a stage and singing into a microphone or wearing a headset and just dancing, as opposed to going around and having a set and have people that are in character playing different roles, and it moves and it flows. I didn't have a problem with it.
Thought it was fun.
Someone suggests that Stephen Pearl get ready for the reverse taunting by Bama fans screaming at their pro-Serbian player when they visit T-Town. I don't know if that Jovic is going to have the same buzz.
Yeah, probably not.
Last night during the Super Bowl, me and some of my family were discussing Alabama's quad one wins. We realized when they played Texas A&M was not ranked. How in the world is the number one team in the SEC at the time not ranked at all? Lack of quality
quad one wins.
Opponents on schedule.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the latest net rankings that came out this morning, and Alabama is now 6-6 in quad one wins, where Auburn is now 4-8. Because it fluctuates.
Yeah.
Teams go in and out of the different quadrants. And right now, Texas A&M is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th best in the net rankings in the Southeastern Conference. 10th. And they got embarrassed at home by Florida the other night.
They have...
Wait, 10th in the SEC?
Correct.
Oh, man.
They are 39th in the net. Florida is 9, Vandy 14, Tennessee 21, Bama 23, Arkansas 26, Kentucky 28, Auburn 31, Georgia 35, Texas 36, and Texas A&M is 10th in the Southeastern Conference in net rankings.
Well, there you go. That's why, because I know somebody texted in and said, well, how was A&M not ranked when Alabama beat them this week? And there you go.
And oh, by the way,
That's
they got Missouri coming up at home. Then they travel to Nashville on Saturday to take on Vandy. You still got to travel to Arkansas. You still got Texas. Travel to Norman, and you get Ole Miss at home.
I mean, just like Mizzou. Mizzou is, if you look at the SEC standings, Mizzou is tied with the same number of wins as Alabama does. But their net ranking is behind LSU. I mean, Mizzou is going to be a very interesting story to see where they land in the NCAA basketball tournament. So will Texas A&M. I mean, Texas A&M's schedule is going to be really rough the next couple of weeks.
I know ESPN has put out their locks, their long shots, there should be ends, there could be ends. And going back to Texas A&M, they actually give Auburn a higher percentage chance of making an at-large, getting an at-large than they do Texas A&M.
Well, I, for one, am devastated that their basketball season looked like it's about to perfectly mirror their football season. That's just really tough pill for me to swallow. Eerily similar right now.
Yes, it is. Roberts reminds us 4 former Alabama football players earned Super Bowl title rings. Josh Jobe, Jaron Reed, he was good. Robbie Oates, and Jalen Milroe.
Jobe had a good cheap shot last night. He should have been
ejected.
He should have been kicked
and
out
guess
of the
what?
game.
Enjoy the Super Bowl because you are going to get fined out of your you know what?
Well, he can take the Super Bowl game check and give it right back to the commissioner.
I thought the officials went out of their way not to throw flags, even from the skirmishes we had on the sidelines.
There were definitely some times where they should have called.
I tell you what, that particular play, Vrabel looked like he was about to kill the official.
He did.
Well, what about you had the, at least to me, one of the times the Patriots were punting and the Seahawks went off sides. And it was like,
sides.
it was 4th and 2.
And that would have been an automatic first down.
Yeah, and that was at a time when the Patriots needed anything they could get, and they just straight up didn't call it.
What? How about the two instances we had? One was one Cooper Kupp, and then later in the game where the ball is...
Oh, where he, it touched the ground, kind of, but then the Patriots guy scored a touchdown on essentially the same catch.
But to have 2 of those in one game and it being the Super Bowl... kind of odd.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was an all-around dud, says one of our listeners. The NFL doesn't seem to have as many stars as in the past, to be fair. This could be just me getting older.
Well,
both can be true.
It was, we were watching the game and my wife asked me, she said, who's your favorite player on these teams? And I said, I don't really care. She goes, well, who are the big name players? And you don't really have any. Drake May's still young. Not a lot of people know him. Not a lot of people are, Jackson Smith and Jigba is probably the closest you got.
Darren from Tennessee. Landrum missed you last week. Ask Pat what his question was to Damian, LOL.
That is due to be asked on today's program.
Okay.
We're doing it today.
We're doing it today.
This is a highly anticipated question, Landry.
Yeah, this was the question that I let Damien look at. This is from BB. And then it had BB call into the show at the end of the show, and she said that Molly was going to be the most uncomfortable with this question that's going to be asked today.
Oh, that's today.
That's today.
Okay.
Yeah, Damien said it would be very awkward when
Yes.
when we're trying to answer the
Very much so.
question.
And then BB called in and said that Molly would be the one that would be the most uncomfortable.
Given some of BB's questions that we've had in the past, is this going to be more uncomfortable? I just saw the look. I know that look, Pat.
Well, I think he missed I don't think you were here for the one about the. No, he was here. You were here for that one, the Yankee Candle one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I was.
The full-sized Yankee Candle, I might add.
Jody, first Super Bowl I've ever missed. Sound like I didn't miss much. Why did you not watch?
To be fair, you didn't miss a lot.
Auburn players to have a sack and a forced fumble in Super Bowl 60-1. All other SEC teams to have a player with a sack and a forced fumble in the Super Bowl 60-0. Wardam come to the Plains. Our show is on there every day.
We will continue with your text messages and your phone calls. 1-800-239-WJOX. Well, despite a couple of big wins last week for the Alabama basketball team, knocking off Texas A&M, that at the time was number one in the Southeastern Conference, and the Auburn Tigers over the weekend, no love in the polls. Alabama not in the top 25 in the coaches poll that was released a few minutes ago. It received the second most voting points behind Kentucky of the teams outside the top 25.
Just make the tournament. Conrad doesn't care where you're ranked. And right now, according to the ESPN, Alabama is solidly in the tournament.
Yeah,
it would take them falling off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I think they're good.
Even without Charles Bediako, we think they're good.
Yeah, it's very interesting because the Charles Bediako temporary restraining order ends tomorrow. So we think we were anticipating that the judge was going to have a ruling on Friday. He did not. That's why Bediako, the restraining order, was still in play. So maybe the judge is waiting until tomorrow.
Do you think that we get any kind of reaction, social media-wise, from Commissioner Greg Sankey after the ruling?
Possibly, maybe some kind of boilerplate type of statement saying, happy that
this is a win for the integrity of college athletics, or blah.
And I know that you guys discussed it at length when the story broke. But my initial thought in reading this many miles away was this is not about basketball. This is more about football and the NFL draft and guys potentially trying to use this avenue to come back. Pat, did that cross your mind at all?
I mean, it did. The point I tried to make on Friday is me being around this conference and covering it as long as I have, and I've covered a lot of NCAA investigations at other schools, including Alabama and Auburn. Even behind the scenes, when a commissioner knew somebody was guilty of wrongdoing, they never would publicly admit to that, or they would not put their name on an affidavit on whatever the case may be. I mean, even when all that was going on between Alabama and Tennessee during all the Philip Fulmer mess and Albert Means and all that kind of stuff, the commissioner stayed out of it. I mean, he definitely had an opinion on it.
I know he's definitely heard from coaches in the league, which is not uncommon. Whether it's about officiating, whether it's about Charles Bediako, they get that stuff all the time. I just wonder, with him coming out, did he communicate to Alabama? Do you believe that Commissioner Sankey communicated to Greg Byrne, hey, just letting you know, we don't think this is a good idea? If he was asked anything like that, he shared his opinion privately. They decided to go the court route.
You mean
and then he said, right.
Yeah.
And then he decided he would, I want it on the record that I don't support this. I don't know. I'm thinking up theories as to why he would have come out with that.
Well, the other part that's just, I don't know the answer to that, but you think back when Alabama wanted to hire Hugh Freeze as offensive coordinator.
Right.
I know for a fact that there was communication that would not have been a very good idea. Now, the SEC office cannot dictate to a member institution who you hire and not hire. But Ole Miss was still under NCAA probation. And that would have been a horrible look if Alabama would have hired Hugh Freeze as the offensive coordinator. Meanwhile, the school that Hugh Freeze put on probation is sitting over there having to deal with the punishment.
Right.
And now this dude's got a job inside the conference.
Mm-hmm.
So that was going to be a bad look. But again, the SEC office will tell you, we have never told anybody what to and not to do. So I don't know if the SEC office communicated with Alabama and said, you know what, this is a bad idea. I mean, the member institutions are going to do what's best for the member institutions.
Sure.
But the commissioner also needs to understand that he works for the 16 schools. But Greg Sankey might have canvassed the 15 other schools in the conference, and every single one of them probably said, we're with you, Commissioner. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the other thing that rubbed people, or certainly me, the wrong way was it's fine if you want to go and make a stand against the Charles Bediako thing. That's okay. But if you're going to do that, it feels like you also probably need to mention what's going on with Joey Aguilar and Trinidad Chambliss. I think that was where a lot of people were. Okay, so we're all worried about eligibility. These are all they're different cases, but they're all dealing with some form of eligibility rule. So why are you singling out Charles Bediako and not the two quarterbacks for SEC institutions, where your point of, well, maybe he's saying this to get out in front of things for football. Maybe he is. If that's the case, I think it would probably be smart for him to
I think that you're going to, well,
speak out
and
on
you
the
just
other
think from a
cases.
number standpoint, and I don't know what just by roster size and how many guys are eligible for the draft each and every year, that number is going to be bigger than obviously your Charles Bediakos. You're going to have
Yes.
a lot fewer cases where even you have a guy that, number one, is willing to come back, or number two, has the eligibility and took the same course of action that Charles Bediako did. I think just thinking about it on the surface without doing any deep dive into the numbers and extrapolating, Pat, to me, it seems like the NFL, you would have a lot more potential problems with guys who have elected to come out against advice. They have the deadline. They've entered their name into the NFL draft. They don't get drafted. They're playing right down the road in Protective Stadium in the UFL on Saturdays and Sundays. And then that guy decides, you know what? Like a Jay Sternberger, talented tight end. I thought he would have made an NFL roster by now. He's been on practice squads. But let's just say Texas A&M calls him in the fall and says, hey, Jace, we love the fit in our offense. $3 million to come back and not play a UFL season. That's where immediately my mind went. That maybe football in the NFL draft is the bigger thing in play.
Well, the thing that it was like listening to Dick Vitale during the Alabama-Auburn game.
Yeah. Were you surprised at the stance that Dick Vitale took?
Well, no, but and Conrad and I brought this up Friday. The biggest issue I have with all this, and we're not proclaiming that Alabama's right or Alabama's wrong in what they're doing with Bediako, but to me, and this is what we do for a living and covering this on a daily basis, it just seems to me that there needs to be a more, I guess, the clarity on a definition of what is a professional basketball player.
Yeah.
Because my problem is take Jovic from Auburn playing overseas. He made money. That classifies you are a professional. Why can he come over here to the United States after playing professional and he's allowed to play? Now, he's one of 37 other players that the Bediako legal team has put in writing that these guys played professionally somewhere and now they're playing college basketball. And I know we've had a lot of people on social media and a lot of people on the text line to try to define for us the difference in those type players. But I think if the NCAA had a better definition for that, where I think it's one way or another. Either you can let those foreign players play, and if you want G League guys that still have some time left, if they want to come back and play, cool. Or you just cut them all out altogether. I'm cool with that. But just be consistent. And to me right now, there's not consistency with the way the NCAA looks at that.
Because there are a lot of talented rosters that are made up with those European players.
Arizona's a prime example.
And let's just get clear definition moving forward.
Absolutely. And
I'm with you on that.
Hey, if we want everybody to play that's earned $1 and you classify them as a professional, so be it. Now, even if you want to say, now look, we're not going to let somebody that,
there's got to be a time frame. So if a G League guy, you would have to set up a time frame where if they're going to come back, they would have to come back within this certain amount of years, where you don't get a
30-year-old,
37-year-old that's been setting records in Turkey coming back to play a year of basketball during crunch time.
Or quit allowing, if the NBA quit allowing like high school kids to go play NBA basketball or have more than a 1 year. I mean, the NFL does it right. The NFL says if you want to come play with us, you got 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and maybe this does go back to cases like Charles Bediako. The more of these that we see, and we just, to me, it's nauseating, just all of it. But maybe the more of these we do get, all right, let's clearly define what a professional is moving forward in our eyes.
Well, and I think part of what helps with what you're saying, right, is that this situation with Bediako is very unique because you have the argument of, well, he was a professional player because he signed a pro contract, which he did.
Go and look at Arizona's
but he
roster.
Never played.
Go and look at Arizona's roster.
Someone's going to have to figure all this out.
But just listen to Dick Vitale say, well, it's black and white. It's in the NCAA rule book. I mean, come on, Dick. I mean that NCAA rule book, I mean, that has been shot apart in football, basketball,
So is tampering.
baseball. I mean, it's just
Well, it's like you got the Amari Bailey kid.
Bless
He's
him.
played in the NBA. He has played real live minutes with the Charlotte Hornets this season, and he's trying to come back to college because he thinks that he can. Like, he's not going through a lawsuit if he doesn't think he's got a shot at winning. It's all messed up, man.
yeah.
It's all messed up.
So listen, if Bediako loses his restraining order and he's not playing anymore, so be it. But in the long run, I think they do have to define more clearly what is going on with these foreign players, because, and I don't want to hear this stuff about, that was kind of the angle Sankey was going in the affidavit about taking away opportunities for high school kids in America.
That's what you're doing with international.
What are
kids.
these international kids coming over here, getting a free education?
Oh my gosh! And let's not even talk about the transfer portal.
Yeah,
How many
it's-
opportunities that kids aren't getting at schools that they normally would because there's not that many roster spots.
Yeah.
Guys are sticking around to make bucks.
We will continue on this Reaction Monday. A lot of topics out there. The Courtesy GMC text line 205-834-9450. About a week and a half ago, I guess it was before Landrum went to Colorado, we had menu prices for the national championship game down in Miami, and Conrad was 0 for what, 25? Was that correct? Did not get one single one right. We're going to give him another opportunity.
What?
Because I've got Super Bowl menu prices. We will do a special Prices Right edition of the Super Bowl. We'll see if Conrad can actually win one coming up next hour.
Random thought, because this goes into a story that we have not talked about today and probably won't. I never knew that there was a Bend Over, Oregon. Did you guys? Conrad's nodding his head like he's been there.
I did not know that. It's a, classic, fake name, Bend Over.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was a place.
I've never heard of that.
Okay. Just wondering. Have you heard of the Garage? The Garage right there in Pelham. You got Robert, Richie. They're listening to Jocks right now. Hey, guys, hope you're doing well. This is a great local body shop, fix-it shop, anything you need done. If you have to replace your engine, they can do that. If you need an oil change, brakes, they can do that. Or a lot of just little things like on my older model truck that I need to have done just because I'm OCD and they need to be done. Well, you can get it there at the Garage. And guys, you don't have to worry about dropping off your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter going in there. They're going to be treated with the respect that they deserve. Walk in. It doesn't look like some grungy, old, dusty garage. It's a professional place of business, one that you're going to be treated right. Check it out. Of course, we got spring coming up, so you want to get that air conditioning checked up on. All of that good stuff under one roof, and it's a great company. It's a wonderful business. Bob does an outstanding job giving back to the community, supporting local schools and charities. It's the Garage in Pelham. Check it out, thegarageinpelham.com. Tell the guys there that Landrum from Jock sent you.
We will get to your phone calls at 1-800-239-WJOX. We're short on time for the second hour of the show, but we will get to your calls as we begin hour number 3. Next 3 Super Bowls, L.A. coming up in 2027. 2028 will be over in Atlanta. And 2029 will be in Las Vegas.
28's in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to that one. I'm going to start saving now. I told my wife I want to go to a Super Bowl, and I know it's so expensive. What would it have cost? Like 10,000?
I would think, yeah, the minimum probably.
Yeah. We talked about the coin flip at the beginning of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So a bettor at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, he walked in minutes before $253,000 he placed on heads.
In cash.
At minus 103. Interesting, 79.92% of all bettors at Caesars bet on tails. Because the saying is, tails never fails.
Correct.
But this one guy, $253,000 in cash, placed on heads at minus 103.
Speaking of the Raisin Bran commercial, if you're misunderstanding what that official says during that coin toss, you don't think he had a moment?